since a lot of you guys requested for me to show you how I made the Amazing Spider-Man Daredevil styled intro, so this video I'm just gonna break that down for you. In this video, I'm just gonna break down 3 shots from the whole sequence: the first shot, and the shot of Gwen falling, as well as the shot of Gwen breaking into pieces. Because pretty much every other shot is the same, like they use the same techniques. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna break down the first shot of this whole sequence, and there's not much. It's pretty simple and straightforward, to be very honest. So like there are 3 things that really make this shot the shot that it is. Is that first thing is the camera work, second thing is the textures, and the third thing is the lighting. So I'll just show you the viewport animation for how this shot goes. So here, see how the camera is moving and then starts rotating, and then you see the lights start moving to give that dramatic effect that the Daredevil intro has as well. So yeah, so that's for the camera movement. So like, as you can just see over here how the camera actually moves. It's not much. So what I basically did was I just imported the back, like the whole thing behind, and I just try to match the whole thing as the camera moved. So like I could get an accurate recreation of the camera movement from the actual show. So yeah, that's how I did the camera movements. As for the texturing, it's a very simple setup. Oh wait, 1 second. No, shading. Okay, so this is how this shading setup. So I made 2 shaders. One one which is this is basically is the rocky marble like texture. So you can find these in like free texture websites online. I might just drop a link in the description or something. So that's all connect, and then I have the other shader, which is basically the Spider-Man suit, which is all connected through a mix shader. And then in the middle you can see like how the texture switches to the marble texture from the actual Spider-Man suit color. So the way I did that is it's a very simple technique. Just change the factor. That's it. Animate the factor with keyframes. That's literally it. And then, so another thing to note was, you see how I have the marble texture here, but there's also the Spider-Man. So to do that, all I did was just take the Spider-Man's like texture normals, and then I mixed it as an overlay into the normals. This is the normal map of the marble texture and the normal map of the Spider-Man suit texture, and just mix the 2 images via overlay blend mode, and then yeah, just play around, see what works, and then just correct it. And another thing that really helps sell this effect is just add a very minimal subsurface. So I'll show you what effect that has. That So you see this reddish thing, so it looks like some light is bleeding through the object. So you get that effect, which looks very similar to the one in the Born Again intro. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention another thing is the lighting, how I did the lighting here. So I just added like point lights, and then I have a light from the top, which is lighting the front face of the mask. And then I have these lights, which are just like flickering. I add a noise modifier to it, and they flicker. I have reds, I have blues as well, to give like that police effect-ish, like if I'm saying that right. And I have some on this side as well. So yeah, that's how this shot was made. So, and now, like pretty much every other shot was also done in the same way. But yeah, like I'll show you some shots, like the one with Gwen, which has like is breaking apart. Like those shots are a bit different. So I'll just show you guys how I did that shot. Like pretty much every other shot is okay, same camera work, texture, lighting, and done. So yeah, that's pretty much how most of the shots were done for this video. So this one's the 15th shot in the whole animation, which is the one where Gwen starts dissipating into rocks from in Spider-Man's arms. So I'll just to recreate this like effect. It's something called Voronoi fracture. I'll just link this tutorial by this person over here. So basically what's happening is I animated this driver, which as it comes closer, it starts attracting like these pieces, fractured pieces towards it. So the more closer I go, like see the effect here? Yeah, that's that. So, and the same thing again. And then you'll see the lights. You'll see a light rotating over here. This light, you see it moving around, and it's also the power value is being adjusted. So it's fading in and then fading out as well. So let me just show you that. See, it's stopped, fades in, and then moves, rotates into position. And I also use this spotlight over here to drive like this very strong rim light to get that silhouette going really strong and well. And so then yeah, I think another one where I did things a bit differently would be this shot of Gwen falling. So I mean, it's not that like big of a difference from the other shots, but like in this one, what's different is that I just added these gear objects just to showcase, like, you know, the clock tower scene from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So they're just like I just animated them falling down, like just moving a bit, and then just set the keyframe interpolation mode to linear so that it doesn't ease in and just looks fake that way. Just keep it in linear instead of Bezier or constant. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then everything else is the same. I have a light down, spotlight down to like light her from the back, and I have another just point light. Let me just show you how the scene looks. So just to give a strong, like, you know, to make this silhouette pop more, I have a rim light, I'd say to say. But yeah, and that's pretty much it with the shot. So yeah, just to sum things up, like how this whole thing was made is pretty much the first step I did is import the I import the video so I could like match the camera movement. Just follow the model, make sure it lines up. That's the camera movement. Second thing I do, so in that first thing, get rid of is the camera work. So once you have the camera work, you can move on to texturing, which I showed you how I did. Wait, let me just go back to it again. So basically, yeah, have two. I mean, it's for this shot we needed two setups. For every other shot, we just needed one, which was the marble one. Texturing is done. So once that's done, you can move on to lighting. So just try to match. See, in for this shot, we have a rim light over here. See, I see we have a light on top. So this one and this both give that effect here. You can see here. So and that transitions into this lighting from this side. Let me show, and that's how it looks in the original show versus our final render. So yeah, just these steps. There were about 19 shots for this thing. So yeah, 19 times just the same stuff again and again, and then get the results you want.